Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are finally putting this LS1 and that S10. So, well, first off here, got the new balancer bolt in. Torque spec on that. The old one, you tighten the old bolt to 240 foot-pounds, take it out, put the new bolt in, 37 foot-pounds, and then 135 degree angle after that. So that is done, and that 135 degree angle is tight. So that's in. Went ahead and took the compressor, the AC compressor, back off, because with the starter on and the AC compressor on, can't get your mount bolt either way. So I want to go this way with the bolt, so went ahead and took the compressor back off for now, and then we'll get it mounted, put that back in. And I think that's pretty well it. Got the trans jacked up and ready, unsupported. These are in there loose. That way we can kind of get them where they need to be, and then we'll go ahead and cinch those down when the time comes. But I think pretty much everything's out of the way. We did also add the flex plate, well, the pilot hub spacer deal, for the LT/Vortex style 4L60 converter, and re-drilled the LS1 flex plate for the smaller converter bolt pattern. So went ahead and did that. That is ready. So we're going to take this off the stand, put the flex plate on, and as soon as we do that, into the S10 it goes. We're going to try and get it mounted up and set onto the trans, maybe get a bolt or so in there, and then once we do that, we can let the jack down, jack it up, do the bell housing bolts, do these, what have you, and see how we're looking. I do have the rest of the parts that I ordered. Got a bunch of exhaust stuff, got a Y pipe, adapters, a bunch of fuel lines, Corvette filter regulator, got some exhaust hangers, and then I got a whole 3-inch mandrel kit back there that we'll use to make the exhaust as we need it. So let's get the engine hoist out and ready, get this thing off the stand, get the flex plate on, and stab it in. Alright, flex plate's on. She's hanging. We are ready to drop this thing in and try to get it mounted up. So it is a little bit crooked just from the way that the lift points are, but hopefully that's not an issue. So we can get this one slid in. We should be able to drop it down, get that side in, get the trans on it, no problem. So let's swing this thing over here, get it in position, see if we can't get a couple bolts in. Another night. We got some things happening. As you just saw, the engine is in there. Boom. Mounts are on. Both sides, bolts are in. Tightening those bolts now. So let's see here. Got those bolts going in. For those of you that were watching and said, hey, you're an idiot because I put the starter on before I put the engine in. You're right, I am. Had to take that back off because flex plate bolts, got to do those. But also took it off because it is helping tighten the mount bolts, so we got that. So we're gonna get all the mounts tight, then we will put in the trans mount. This is just kind of a temp setup for now. We got our adjustable trans mount here, and what that's going to allow us to do is move this wherever we need it in relation to the mount and the cross member. Downside to this, which not much of one to be honest, it does not have long studs to use that 1-inch spacer that they say that cross member requires. However, I do have these nice little spacers, aluminum dealy bobs that came off of some kit of something somewhere that I never used, and that's why you keep stuff around forever. So we'll use those on top to get our space, and that will keep it kind of firm. We shouldn't have any issues there. Would have liked to use it on the bottom, obviously, with that little spacer, but it's just not going to happen. And I don't have anything super big to use like a full block, but this will be more than fine. It'll clamp good. Won't have any issues there. So we're going to do those two things. We're going to get our flex plate bolts in the converter. And then once we get that done, we'll probably throw the starter back up in there. I think if I do that, I will get the power wire on the starter, which is chilling right here. I'll get that put on, and then I will probably go ahead and work on headers. Get those put in, because we should still be able to access all this, because the shorty headers are going to kind of end up here. Starter's down here, and we should be able to get to that little excite wire right here. So shouldn't have a problem there. Should have all kinds of room. So yeah, should be good there. This side should go on really well. I kind of held it up on this side. I might have to take the steering shaft back out just to make it easy, and then throw that back in. That's one bolt, that's nothing there. So yeah, let's get to doing the thing. All right, got some progress. All those bolts are in. Mounts are done, except for the very top bolts. They are in, but they are loose because I'm not up there. Trans mount is in. Get you some light. See what I'm talking about there. Boom. Trans mount's in. It's all tight. It's all good. Got the height we need and the adjustability we need. We're good. So now I am starting on flex plate / torque converter bolts. First one was actually perfectly lined up, so I'm going to get it in, and then we're going to rotate this thing over, do the other two. That'll be done. Throw the starter back in, and we'll be pretty well done down here for now. And then we will probably put it back on the ground, see about headers. Let's keep going on these torque converter bolts here. Back in there again, real quick. Had it down. I put the top mount bolts in and tight. They are good. I raised it back up because I realized that I forgot to put the top bell housing bolts in. So LS stuff, you got these two. This mid one here is not there. The LS has a top bolt, but the trans does not, so nothing there. And then we got these 3 bolts. This one, the pan has a Boss 4.1 here, but again, non-LS transmission. It does not have that provision, so no bolt there, no biggie, and same with that. I did go ahead and put on these covers, put the starter back up in there. Same on this side, there's a little cover right there behind this piece, so we are good there. Now I believe we are done down here. The AC compressor, I am kind of trying to decide if I want to try to put it in from down here. I may do that. I might take this bracket off, slide that in. Actually, no, I will have to take that bracket off up there, slide it in, and put that bracket back on. But that will be with the truck on the ground. So I think we're good down here for everything. We can go back up there, take steering shaft off, put the headers in, put steering shaft back on, AC compressor. Then once we get that far, I can do, which I could probably do it now while we're down here, but I can do the fuel system. I can put that other filter regulator in here, do the small return line, and then run the feed line up and try to figure out kind of where we want to route it. I'll probably try to keep it kind of close to the frame, away from heat, because I don't think there's going to be room to route it up there. Well, there might be. Might be able to just stick her right up there and go up. That would be ideal. But in any event, that is it for this episode, because like I said, we want to keep these rolling out to you, keep you updated on what's happening. Engine's in. It is bolted down, mounts are done, trans mounts done, bell housing bolts are done, torque converter bolts are done, starter's in, all the good stuff that we just talked about. So that's going to do it for this one. We will get it out to you, and then I will keep going on this thing. Get everything else we can done. The harness is really close, so I checked with them I think yesterday, and it is in looming / labeling, so it is almost done, and it'll be sent this way. So once we get that, we're pretty close. Then we'll be down to maybe, shift cable / console, put the seat back in, get it tuned, build the exhaust, stuff like that. Getting pretty close. So happy so far. Things are going good. Thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Stay tuned for what's to come. This thing should be a little ripper. It's a pretty cool little truck. So that's where we're at. We get done with this thing. We got plenty more projects to go. So drop a comment. What do you want to see next after this? I know we're going to bust this out and get it done, but I think that's got to be next. It's the closest to being done, and we need to get it out of here. Dad needs to drive that thing. So that's where we're at. Thanks again, guys. See you next time.
Sky's not the limit, it's just the beginning.